A devastating Russian airstrike struck the village of Yarova in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, killing more than 21 civilians and injuring at least 20, according to Ukraine's official reports. The attack targeted a group of pensioners waiting to collect their money payment, turning routine movement into tragedy. Ukrainian President called the strike brutally savage, sharing a video on X showing disturbing visuals near damaged postal service vehicle.
A brutally savage Russian airstrike with an aerial bomb on the rural settlement of Yarova in the Donetsk region, directly on people, ordinary civilians, at the very moment when pensions were being dispersed. According to preliminary information, more than 20 people were killed. There are no words. My condolences to all the families and loved ones of the victims. Such Russian strikes must not be left without an appropriate response from the world. The Russians continue destroying lives while avoiding new strong sanctions and new strong blows. The world must not remain silent. The world must not remain idle. A response is needed from the United States. A response is needed from Europe. A response is needed from the G20. Strong actions are needed to make Russia stop bringing death.
The attack occurred just 8 kilometers from the front line in Donetsk, a region where Russia has intensified its military efforts, deploying around 100,000 troops for renewed offensive. Ukrainian Prosecutor General has launched a war crime investigation, noting that victims were clearly civilians. Report described the scene as a kill zone, showing how close these communities are to ongoing conflict. Russia, which claims Donetsk as its territory despite not fully controlling it, has not commented on the strike. Both sides deny targeting civilians, but thousands, mostly Ukrainian, have died in the war that began in February 2022.
Well, nobody was tougher in Russia than me. That has to do with the pipeline, as you know, Nord Stream 2 and lots of other things. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about the whole situation. You know, it's interesting. It doesn't affect us because it's not our soldiers. But they're losing now. I used to tell you 5,000. They're losing 7,000 between Ukraine and Russia, 7,000 soldiers every single week. It's such a horrible waste of humanity.
Zelensky urged the international community, including United States and Europe and G20 nations, to respond with stronger sanctions and action against Russia.
We all understand that we need additional pressure on Putin. We need pressure from the United States. And I've said that I think that President Trump is right about the Europeans. I'm very thankful to all the partners, but some of them, they continue to buy oil and Russian gas, and this is not fair. To be open and be clear, it's not fair.
Are you ready to move to the second phase of sanctions against Russia or punishing?
We are prepared to increase pressure on Russia, but we need our European partners to follow us. Because if the US and the EU do this together, we are in a race now between how long can the Ukrainian military hold up versus how long the Russian economy hold up. And if the US and the EU can come in, do more sanctions, secondary tariffs on the countries that buy Russian oil, the Russian economy will be in full collapse, and that will bring President Putin to the table.
The attack followed a massive Russian assault on Sunday, the largest since the war began, which killed at least 4 people and damaged Kyiv's government headquarters. US President Donald Trump has expressed frustration over escalating violence, saying he is not happy with Russia's actions. Trump, who has been pushing for a peace deal, met Russian President Putin in Alaska last month but failed to secure an agreement. Putin proposed that Zelensky come to Moscow for talks, offering to freeze front lines in some of the regions. Zelensky firmly rejected this, refusing to surrender Ukrainian territory. This week, European leaders are set to meet Trump in Washington to discuss the ways to end the war. EU is preparing its 19th sanction package against Russia, while Trump has threatened further economic penalties if Moscow doesn't comply.
Well, we're going to see. I mean, we have some very interesting discussions. You know, certain European leaders are coming over to our country on Monday or Tuesday, and individually. And I think we're going to get that settled. I think we're going to get it settled. We have to. You can't lose, when they're losing 5,000 to 7,000 soldiers a week for no reason, you have to get it settled. Of all of the wars, whether it's the Congo and Rwanda, they said it was impossible to settle. You look at every one of these wars were impossible. I got every one of them settled, 7 of them. 7. This was the one I really thought would be the easiest, but it's not. But I think it's going to get settled.
Despite these efforts, Russia continued attacks like one in Yarova cast a shadow over hope for a ceasefire, leaving path to peace uncertain. We'll bring you more on this. Till then, keep watching Moneycontrol.
Welcome to Moneycontrol, your ultimate destination in the ever-evolving world of finance, business, markets, policy and technology. India's preeminent news platform, driven by facts and fueled by data. A platform made in India, for India and for the world. Moneycontrol.com has a staggering reach of 100 million plus monthly active users and 6.02 million daily active users. Being a transformative digital force, reshaping how we engage with money, markets, and news. Setting us apart is our commitment to delivering accurate information and empowering financial decision-making in a dynamic ecosystem. Seeking a deeper dive into the financial realm, we present Moneycontrol Pro, a powerhouse of exclusive insights, providing actionable investment ideas and expert analysis. Because in today's fast-paced world, informed decisions demand both information and expertise. And we have 1 million plus Moneycontrol Pro total paid subscribers and 100% return in 1.5 years, beating the market. Explore market trends, access expert opinions, and utilize essential financial tools all at your fingertips. Join the millions who trust Moneycontrol.com for their financial journey, where facts meet finance and data drives decisions. Think markets, think Moneycontrol.